What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Hologram. I want to go over some of the recent updates associated to the company, what shorts have been doing, and where I see things going from here. Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. With that said, let's get right to it. So right now it is down 6.72%, largely piggybacking off of the negative market right now. As far as volume, very little, 1.35 million shares have been traded, 15.4 is the average. And one negative aspect of Hologram over the last little bit is just their lack of news. So last news that did come out was that February 7th news that really kickstarted its progression, its hype, and everything like that. And so essentially, if you kind of look at what they do, so I'll give you a quick overview in case you are curious, so you can pause it and read through it. But it does meet all the, I guess, ticky marks essentially for a AI play. So a lot of people still are very interested in HOLO, just haven't really got all that much updates. But aside from that though, this essentially still is a good squeeze play because it does have a very low float. It is based out of China, so sometimes that's a good aspect, bad aspect. I'll leave it up to you guys to make that determination. On March the 14th, there was a SEC filing, a 6K that was submitted, and ultimately in that it does show a note as of March 13th, 2024, ultimately gross proceeds of $14 million. And so this is key because based on their last earnings, they did have $136.27 million in cash equivalent short-term investments, 3.4 million in debt, so very low on that front, but they are burning roughly about $174 million every quarter from operations. So they definitely do need this note right here, which is a convertible note, so just be aware of that. So again, that will negatively impact the share price, but I feel like as soon as this did get announced, it got factored into the price as is. So at least with it sitting at $5 and change right now, you're kind of having everything built in, so the good, the bad, and the ugly. But like I kind of signaled, there is a good squeeze play aspect to this that I think is still very alluring. So right now, 71.72% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 681.35 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So this company definitely does have a very low float. At the time of doing this video, shorts are returning about 41,000 shares, just shy of that. But cost to borrow average is relatively high, so 237.64%. So if there is still a continuation of the broader market and AI plays, even more so with tomorrow's Fed meeting, if that does go positive, then the market will definitely explode higher because a lot of people, they just want to hear that there's going to be rate cuts sooner rather than later. I don't anticipate that happening tomorrow, but at least the discussion afterwards by Powell will maybe insinuate that it might be coming. So of course, this is where MicroCloud could really stand to benefit. But again, as I've brought up in the past, do your own due diligence with this company because it is a very volatile stock, and plus just the balance sheet isn't necessarily the best. So obviously you guys do you. As far as this, these are some of the transactions that have occurred on the secondary market above $100,000. So no big transactions today, last one being on the 15th. So ever since that, they've been kind of taking a step back. I don't know if it has to do with essentially what's coming out tomorrow or not, but dark pool has been very popular. So dark pool, often enough used by shorts and large institutions. So it is interesting to see that big money is looking at Hologram behind the scenes. So that's could be a very good thing. I'll leave it up to you guys once again to make that determination. But right now with it at $5.01, it is currently between this S1 and the pivot. So this 488 support did hold from that crazy sell-off that happened today. A lot of stocks are starting to recover, so that's generally a good thing. So we know that's kind of solid right there. So right now, probably for the foreseeable future, it is just going to continue to trade between this S1 and the pivot, dependent on, of course, the data coming out tomorrow. So it did have recently a crazy run, so it shows its ability to go up. It just needs a catalyst. So this is where, in my opinion, if anyone from the company is listening, wink wink nudge nudge, put out some updates, even if it's just a basic business update with all the hype associated to AI. the market will take this and completely run with it. So I feel like it has to do with the company. The company clearly, based on a lot of the recent news, isn't all that chatty. So the last one prior to February was January. So maybe they just have one a month kind of quota scenario or something. I'm not really sure. But on the actual chart, you can kind of see just with it, lower percentile of the Bollinger Band and stochastic being at 9, it is considered very oversold. But again, if you kind of zoom out over the last little bit, it has proven itself that it can easily go up, basically with very little volume. So all in all, I feel like there could be some bigger and better things coming down the pipeline for Hologram. You just have to practice and do your own due diligence. So don't put all your eggs in just one basket. But then again, what do I know, right? Number of investors have been starting to get back in. So of course, I think there's some optimism associated to any AI play though. So Hologram could really benefit from that, like I said. So let me know your thoughts on Hologram. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? And potentially why? So when it comes down to this company, based on what they do, what really drew you to Hologram? Or is it more so the squeeze aspect behind the scenes? But one final thing I just wanted to share with you, make sure you guys take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for an account with me, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, so take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.